All right, y'all. All right. Let me just make sure I'm good, man. Let me make sure my sound is good before we start getting into this real quick, man. Give me a second, y'all. All right, let me just do a quick test. Make sure I'm good, man. All right, test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right, I'm back, man. I think we good to go on the sound. Um, Let me just check my other screen here, man, before I get to cooking. All right. Live stream post game against the Detroit Lions and the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers. And I can't believe that this team couldn't put them away. They couldn't put them away, man. I mean, I don't understand why this team is struggling so hard to beat these teams. I just don't. I don't. Let me just check a message. All right, so let's just get this out the way, right? I'm gonna chop this up and I'm gonna turn it into a video. First things first. Dan Campbell makes it so hard for his team to win football games. I don't want to hear about the phantom touchdown call that they called and he ran. We know it's bogus. We know at the end of the game that they referees can't decide on the call, so they throw something out. Got it. Dan Campbell makes it very hard for his team to win football games. We are going to go back to the first quarter of the game. We have a very good drive that gets down to the goal line, right? So we don't punch it in with Montgomery, right? We just don't get nothing going. And instead, Dan Campbell wants to try to go for it on fourth down. Instead of take the 3 points. If you do the math throughout the entire freaking game, the 3 points would have been very beneficial all the way up until, right? Let's look at this, right? Let's do the math on this, right? Let me switch my screen here, man. I am beyond upset right now. Look at the score. Had we had 27-29, all we would have had to do instead of scoring a touchdown would have been what? Kicking a field goal. And we would have won the game. I have read the comments about Detroit Lions fans complaining about everything under the book. And it's valid. It's valid. But at the end of the day, you have to put points on the board. If you can't do nothing else, you can't control what the refs are going to do. You cannot control all the uncontrollables. But one thing you can do, Dan Gamble, is put some damn points on the board when you got it in the first quarter of the game. Now, when there was a safety, we would have still been up when Jared Goff got that safety. Okay? Had you put 3 points on the board, your other team has to now play to get points instead of now it's what 10 to 3 or whatever. Like Dan Campbell is costing us football games, bro. I have given him a fair chance, more than enough to prove me wrong since the NFC Championship game. And today, it's over. The NFC Championship game we are going to go back to, and I don't care how you feel about it. Had he taken the 3 points before the first half of the game, we could be having a total different conversation, and our team could have went to the Super Bowl. Fine, we lose. Now Dan Gamble is the fourth down conversion guy, right? Next season, we're doing great on fourth down conversions. This season, we are abysmal, bro. We are terrible. We are terrible. We are awful. And he keeps wanting to go for it on fourth down. I put this loss on Dan Campbell. I don't put it on Jared Goff. I don't put it on the receivers. Hell, I don't even put it on the offensive line. There is a little bit of blame on the defense, but hell, we can't stay healthy. So the guys, they playing their hearts out right now. They playing their hearts out right now. With what Brad Holmes is giving us, which is what? We have our toolbox from Brad Holmes ain't got nothing but a screwdriver and a hammer. You don't need a socket wrench. You don't need nothing else but a screwdriver and a hammer from Brad Holmes. And he says, Calvin Shepard, you use that. Dan Gamble, you use that. I'm sure that I'm going to watch a video and they're going to tell me about all these playoff hopes that the Lions still have. I'm sure there's a video out there that we got to wait for this team to lose and this team to lose. I don't want to be in that situation anymore. We should be winning football games, but we're not. We're not. Let me go to this screen right here. Let me just make sure my stuff is working, man, because it's been a while since I've been on this thing, man. And I just had to come on here after watching that game. It was atrocious. It was atrocious. Like that game was 100% atrocious, bro. I mean, just the calling was just ridiculous. I laughed because it's like you can't leave it into the referee's hands. First of all, do you guys see the rushing yards that we had this game? I'm going to move over this way. I'm going to minimize myself down, and I want us to see the numbers because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Okay? We had a total of 15 rushing yards. That is pathetic, bro. That is pathetic. 15 rushing yards? You didn't put Montgomery in the game, right? Montgomery gets in 4 carries for 14 freaking yards, bro. 14 yards? Gives 2 rushing yards all game? In the fourth quarter, I said, how do we expect to win this football game and we can't even run the ball, bro? We can't run the ball. This is insane. This is insane. 15 rushing yards. I had to double check. But when we go to receiving, we got 300 in total yards. 364 total yards. We was slinging the ball. We didn't run the ball. We ran the ball for a measly, what is that? 11 times, 8, 9, 10, 11. Count Jared Goff, who got -1, 12 times. This is pathetic. Play calling is pathetic. Your decision making, Dan Gamble, is pathetic. You're putting us in terrible situations. The defense. Defense got 2 sacks all game. All game. Two sacks. Tackle for a loss 4. I mean, bro, like this is not this is not winning football games. We got no interceptions. We did nothing here, bro. Defensively, we've done nothing here, bro. Postpartum, what's going on, my man? Coffee grinder. It's a sad day. Are you hating on the Lions? I just hopped on. You know what? No, I'm not hating on the Lions. I am giving truth to the Lions, CG. I am giving truth to the Lions. I don't know if you just watched that game. I watched this game, and I couldn't believe that we couldn't put the Steelers away. Not saying that the Steelers are a bad team, but I feel, or at least I felt, that the Lions were a better team, right? We have a lot of options. We couldn't put this team away. This game was terrible by the Lions. Terrible. Where I'm going with this, and until somebody can prove me wrong, I am not getting off of this hill. And the hill that I'm talking about is the Dan Gamble hill. Dan Campbell is costing Detroit Lions football games. Okay? I'm going to clip this up, throw it on the reel. I hope it gets thousands of views. But even if it gets 1 view, I don't even care. Because the truth of the matter is, Dan Gamble is a liability to the Detroit Lions. He doesn't like taking points, like just to kick the field goal, understanding that we could get an interception, a fumble, it could go back for 6, we can be now up by 9 and 10, but except he's greedy. He only wants to get 6. And then when the game goes on, we're fighting for points. And then when it comes down to the very end, a lot of times a field goal would have won the game or tied the game. Dan Campbell is a liability to the Detroit Lions. Period. It was fun and games during the NFC Championship year. It was great. We were winning, right? And it came to bite us in the ass in the same game that was important to this franchise. We needed 3 to go up in a half, and we would have been up by like 21, 23. We would have had a nice cushion. Had things went south, we could have still possibly won by 3 or more. And in the game against the Steelers, the very first drive, I'm like, okay, we got something. Okay, we can't punch it into the red zone. That's fine. He didn't want to take the points. So he goes for it on 4th down, and he misses, and you get 0. You get 0, nothing, zilch, 9. While you are fighting to get into the playoffs, and every possession and every point counts. And instead, Mr. Dan Gamble goes, yeah, we'll go for 6. Oh, okay, we missed it. Okay, we'll play. We'll keep playing. And your defense can't stop a stalled car. Your defense is trash. I'm watching this game, and I'm like, dude, are they going to get a stop at any point? Is anybody going to put pressure on this quarterback at any point? Aaron Rodgers is 42 years old. He is still elite, yes, but he's 42 years old. Is anybody going to get to this man? Where's Hutchinson? Where's Davenport? Time to go. Marcus Davenport, the Marcus Davenport experience, whatever, you got to go. And the dude got hurt in the game. I'm like, get him out of there. Where was the Muhammad dude, right? Where was Muhammad? Nowhere. Where was Aleem McNeil? Nowhere. No, like, bro, nobody did nothing down there. That running back got the ball, went straight up, and man, this team is not ready. And it's sad because I've watched these games, and I'm like, this team is better than that. But obviously, they cannot string together wins. I went to the Vikings game that they lost, and I went to that game saying, "How in the hell are you guys losing against JJ McCarthy and this below average team?" Play calling terrible, just terrible. So let me my bad, CG. I'm just going off, man. Yeah, Dan Campbell, bro. Dan Campbell is a problem. And the problem is, I think that as time goes on, we're starting to see that it's like gambling. You're winning, and when you're winning, it's great, but it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So, postpartum Trump podcast says him being a risk taker isn't doing anything for the Lions. Not this season. It's not. And the thing is, the problem with him is that he doesn't actually adjust. He doesn't adjust. Wait, I'm sorry. This is Stephanie. I ain't been here in a minute. My bad, Steph. And you know what? If Vaughn is there. There's a link right here. He could call in and maybe make sense of this for me. Steph, that's the link. I need somebody to make sense of this for me. I keep saying CG because I thought this was Coffee Grinder, like the other guy. But because y'all picture had looked the same for some reason, but this is Steph, and I'm in a different world right now. I just watched the Lions freaking lose like some idiots, right? Let me see. Hopefully this is working the right way because I know last time it wasn't. I can see you. Um, I can see you, but I can't hear you. So let me see. Guess one. Um, yeah, I can't hear you though. So you might have to. I don't know. Is there a mute button on there? I think we went through this junk last time. Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you in the background. Guest is in the green room. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. One second. Which one? Oh, I was about to change it to. All right. Once I get this figured out, I guess. Um. I'm gonna send a message to Vaughn. Let me send a message to Vaughn. I'm gonna tell you the other number to call on. Just call this number. Of course, my junk ain't acting right. All right, let me see. Yeah, the laptop should work just fine too. So, anyways, y'all, yeah, I'm on here and I'm looking at the numbers here on this Detroit Lions game, and the Lions, in my opinion, the Lions are done. The Lions are done. You know what? I don't even want to see this team in the playoffs. I got to be a realist here, right? I've seen so many people online, and I know that these people are diehard Lions fans. I know it, and I'm a diehard Lions fan too. I love the Lions. I watch them all the time. I watch the 016 season. I always watch this team in hopes that they're going to do something great. But the reality is, this team isn't ready. And if they get into the playoffs, what are we going to be so happy they got into the playoffs to get spanked again? To get spanked. Everybody in the league has gotten better. Everyone in the league has gotten better. The Bears.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
The Bears have gotten better. Green Bay got better. Picked up Micah Parsons and they got better. Right? We got everybody getting better. And we just stayed stagnant because we got Jahmyr Gibbs, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and we got J-Mo. but our defense can't stop a stalled car. We can't stop nobody and we get injured like it ain't nothing. I don't want to hear that, well, the Lions ain't healthy. They got. I said that same excuse last year. Fix it. We got to fix it. Strength and conditioning coach, where are you? We got to fix this stuff. Right? Call in. Here's where you could call in at if you want to call in. You could tell me I'm crazy. You could tell me I'm stupid. You could tell me the Lions is this and that. I don't really care as long as we have a respectful conversation. But this team this year has pissed me off, man. I went from disappointed to pissed off because I can't believe that they can't just win a football game against teams that they should win against. All right, let me come back a little bit. Let me come back, man. I'm gonna assign this as remove from. All right, so guest one. Give me a second. Let me work through this. All right. All right. I think I'm doing. Let me see what I'm doing. Let's do guest two, and I'm gonna assign you to guest two. I think I got it.
Is it working?
Yes, but you're on camera.
Hi.
Yeah, are you okay that you're on camera?
What'd you say?
I said you're on, but I got it's on camera. But are you? Or do you want to be on camera?
Maybe not.
Okay. Wait, I think I got it though. I can move it. And I think let me make sure. Let me make sure that I can hear
It's an
you.
echo. I don't know if that's on my end or yours.
Uh, all right. So I don't hear echo on my end. It could be that you have it on your side and then like it's echoing out.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. I fixed it.
All right. Steph, Steph, what the
Yes.
hell happened here?
Okay, so Dan Campbell does need to stop going for it on fourth down. I think that's a given. I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he's doing that. I think everybody wants to know why he keeps doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is the reason? I mean, but the end of the game was crazy.
The end
The
of the game was
call was crazy.
But the end of the game was ridiculous. Obviously, we watched them sit there for what, like a whole like minute and a half, right? They didn't know how to. They didn't know what call to make. And then I'm like, oh, he just scored a touchdown. However, sitting there, I already knew. Here it comes. I said, here it comes. And then they said, yeah, pass interference. Like, and I'm like, but here's the thing, though, Steph. Right? It should not have to come down to that play. It shouldn't.
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
we had so many times to just make a stop or do something and we did not do it, and it's like, all right, now we wait until the end of the game, which is the most exciting time for a fan to watch, but
Right.
you can't keep it at the end like that. You just can't. The refs hate the Lions.
Right.
The refs absolutely hate the
Mm-hmm.
Lions.
Yeah.
Vaughn can hear you. He's listening.
Yeah,
He's
I hear him.
he's
Vaughn,
irritated.
Vaughn. Okay, so make sense of this for me, right. I seen online and I went to like Woodward Sports and all that because that's I like going there, right? Everybody was talking about the touchdown call that was just messed up, right? And everyone was talking about this and that, and I was like, I don't give a damn about that. I do. I think that do you think that it swayed the game? Do you think the touchdown call swayed the game?
Yes,
You
in a
think so?
way.
Okay.
Um, Only because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if it was any other team, they would have gave them the touchdown and the opportunity to win the game.
Oh, you talking about
Um,
the end? At the end.
which touchdown are you referring to?
My bad. I should have said the first touchdown. So the first touchdown before the half. So before where he was on the ground and he got up and then he ran into the game, the touchdown. I was talking about, do you
Oh,
think that
Steelers.
that touchdown kind of swayed the game?
Ooh, one. I don't know if I've seen that
That
one.
was
I
the
was doing
Steelers.
so.
He's talking asking.
Do you think that
Yeah,
that swayed the game?
that was the one where he caught it like on the floor, and then nobody touched him, and he got up. It was right before
Oh,
the
And he
half,
got up and ran
and then he
tonight.
ran in the touchdown. They were like, everybody was looking around like, what happened? He was like, they were like, touchdown, because they
yeah,
thought he
because no
was
one. That's
down.
right. Yeah, no one touched him when he was
Yeah,
down.
I was confused. I couldn't at first. I didn't know where the ball was. To be honestly.
I mean, I guess I'm
Yeah,
curious as to why. Who was
Mm-hmm.
that? What's his name? Who was the white boy?
On which
Anzalone.
team?
Anzalone. Um,
Yeah.
why he didn't
Mm-hmm.
like? How can I say it? Like,
Yeah, touch him. Like,
yeah, why did he touch? Yeah, like,
you know, because
like what happened?
yeah, because like if you ever notice, like sometimes they'll just do it like in a game, like out of nowhere, they'll just touch the guy. Like all the time.
Yeah,
Just like even when he got the ball, he down. I don't know. Maybe he thought it was incomplete because it did look like
Yeah.
he did not catch the ball at first.
it doesn't matter. I feel like in sports you're always taught to finish your execution. Like you keep going. Like you don't just stop because you think or you thought.
He's a
I
veteran.
agree.
Yeah.
I got another one. Hold on. I think I figured this out too. So let me see. I got my boy Eli calling in. 1 second, Eli.
What's what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear him, Steph?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I figured this out. I can hear you, man. I can hear you, bro. We was just talking, man, and I was like, I was asking her about that first touchdown call before the half. I was just saying, do you think that that swayed the game? Right? I'm just kind of going through the game step by step. What do you think about the touchdown call, the first one before the half, where he caught it sitting down, he got up, ran into the touchdown? What do you think? You think they got it right, or you think that was the wrong call? Oh, Eli, can you hear me? Uh oh.
All right, I can hear you now. My
Oh,
bad. Can you hear me?
yep, I can hear you.
All right, can you repeat that? My bad.
No, I
It's
was just
driving. I'm
saying.
driving.
So me and Stephanie, we were talking, and we were going through like just kind of the series of events with the Lions, right? And we were talking about that first touchdown that they called before the half, where he caught it on the ground, and he got up and he ran. Because I was seeing a lot of people, they hated that call, right? I'm not saying I didn't like the
Right.
call. How did you do? You think that swayed the game or no?
Definitely that was a momentum killer, man. You know, it was a mental block. Anzalone, regardless if you think the play is dead or not, I'm sure they being trained like that. Touch the man, regardless. Regardless. You don't hear the whistle, touch the man. That's a momentum killer, man.
Mm-hmm.
Little things like that is difference makers as you get deep in the stretch, man. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean? Meaning, like the later in the season and everything, we cannot make those mental mistakes. The teams that make the less mistakes
Mm-hmm.
is gonna win it, man. They're gonna survive. You know, so definitely a momentum killer for
I
me in
agree.
my eyes.
I think so too. Now Stephanie just said the same thing. She said, "Aren't they taught to basically
Can't
like just touch the guy, right?" And I'm like, "You would think so, right?
Right,
Even if you thought it was incomplete, because I used
really.
to see guys do it all the time, and so I used to be like,
right,
I was like, well, it was just kind of crazy, man, seeing that he was able to just get up and run to the touchdown with nobody on him. I was like, what?
right. As you can see, they were taught, you know, to if don't a man touch you, get up and keep going. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Yeah,
Like, are you a pro or not? That was just an amateur move. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, okay, that right there is why I think we had a drought in the third quarter, man. That play alone.
you know what this reminds me of? That play, not not that specific play, but right before the half, a team is scoring and we got things going. It was just like the Rams game we just went through. It's like we do good and then we
Yep.
let this team score, and then here we go coming into the third quarter. But I agree with both of y'all that yes, he should just touch him, keep him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, just why not? Um,
Right.
I think that it was a momentum shift because we just can't seem to get it in the second half. And do I think it was the right call? I mean, I don't know because we didn't touch him.
Right.
But
Right.
I would have thought that they would have just called it down. But
He didn't touch
I
him.
mean,
Why would they close him down?
Exactly, but he didn't touch him. So that's why I gotta say, I gotta be fair. I'm like, he didn't, he can continue to keep going. He knew. He got up and was like, "Oh, nobody touched me, and I'm gone." He knew what to do.
right.
All right,
I
and
mean,
so
but it was a. Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
no, please go.
They ran it for 15 yards today.
I mean, it
Oh,
it was a build up of things.
come on, 15.
I am frustrated, man. I am
Oh,
so
he's
frustrated with
doing.
this team, bro, because like we talked before when in your office, man, I'm like, this team has talent, but
Yeah.
we are not knowing how to use them, bro. I just looked at the we have 15 yards rushing, bro.
Yep. Fi-
15
Who
yards.
did?
What's
No,
that?
as
Yeah,
a team,
let's
I'm trying
go.
to get to that screen. As a team, we have 15 yards rushing. It ain't
You
going.
got two of the best running backs.
Bro, we had Montgomery had 4 carries for 14
Did
yards.
you ask him about
Gibbs had
D-Mont?
7 carries. He had 2 yards, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that
No, in no event he should have 2 yards. At no game ever he should have that amount of yards.
that's
Ever.
ins- bro?
They don't know how to use them. They don't know how to use them.
They don't know how to use their players, and that's the part that I
Yeah.
think that I'm very upset about. Here,
Yeah,
get to
man.
it, because
Yeah.
I'm like, they're too good of a team to have these weapons, and
Right.
y'all can't figure it out. Look at this, bro. Like
Mhm.
total yards, 15 yards. They even counted
Okay.
Goff's minus
That's
one getting
crazy.
sacked. I said in,
Mhm.
in the fourth quarter when I was texting you, I looked up and that's when I was texting you about Montgomery. I'm like, hold on, we ain't been running the ball. I'm like, we
Right.
haven't been
At
Thank
using
all.
you. I said the same thing. Where's Monty? Where's Montgomery? That's my guy. Why is he in the game?
Yep. And stop running the same play up the middle. Switch it up. I'm glad they kind of switched it up a little bit on the run, but damn, like how many times we gonna keep? Obviously, it's obvious. We running up the middle every time. Gibbs is not that player to keep running up the middle. Give that to Monty, man.
What
Yeah.
He's
what did I
bulkier,
tell
he's
you?
bigger. Like, damn.
bro.
Like,
He's strong.
fire the
He's very
offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
great.
and we need Dan Campbell just to be the head coach. We don't need him to call all the plays. I understand he's trying to step in, but Brad Holmes, we got to make that tough decision in the offseason, brother. Get rid of my man. He don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a sad reality that Montgomery is a very good
Yeah,
running
they got
back, and I'm like, if I was him, I want to be used the right way, and I'm like, I don't want to get rid of him, but he should be
Right.
going somewhere.
He
He got to
deserves
be
to
going
be
somewhere.
He should be somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad, bro.
The man is not injured. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm upset, man, because and even the one run that he had, it was a pretty good run that he had, and I was like, all right, cool, let's keep going. And
Yes.
Right.
that
They
first
ain't even
drive,
use him.
yeah, that first drive, I am stuck on first drive of the football game, right? Because I watched this team,
Right.
score on their first drives and seen that momentum. When we were down there in the goal line, I'm like, why is he not in the game? Let him punch the ball in at least twice.
Exactly.
Just twice. Okay, cool. Then you throw it. They kept Gibbs in there, and Gibbs had like one great block, but he was letting people come through, bro.
Exactly. So switch it up. Switch up the rotate. And listen, I give Gibbs the benefit of doubt. I give him grace because guess what? He's gonna figure it out as time moves on and everything. If he not running, he cold. Switch up in Monty or put him in the slot like how they was doing to start get him going. Like guys gonna figure it out.
Yeah, put him in the
But
slot.
again, put him in the slot. That takes a veteran quarterback though to recognize that though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
and let
to
Montgomery
recognize
get
that
there.
opportunity.
But
Yeah.
him
I
still had Monty
yeah,
in the
bro.
back.
Yeah.
That's the old
So,
yeah,
so
coordinators. I know.
so I was very upset. This is the second game where I'm like,
Yeah.
get Montgomery in the game. They could easily this. I don't think that they understand, and I'm Dan Campbell and the coaching staff. They don't understand that. Take your time getting down there instead of just we score quick. Boom,
Oh,
just put the defense out.
right.
Just
3 and out. Right.
Control the pace of the drive. Right.
Golly, that's another killer.
Yeah, they just want to, and I'm starting to see it,
Say
and
tight
it's almost
ended,
like
Jake.
to me, like, do you really
Oh.
have confidence in your offense? Because you're just trying to hurry up and score, right? Like me
Mhm.
playing Madden, I'm just trying to hurry up and throw the ball down instead of just slow it down, let them run, short
Mhm.
pass, let Goff do his thing, and I'm like, you know what? It's almost like he playing
But
scared.
Jay, that's not a Dan Campbell is not on that field. Again, I'm not trying to put all the
Mhm.
loss on Goff, man, but
Yeah,
he always contributes that. Mind you, he's the captain of this ship, man. He's the captain. So win, lose, or draw, you got to take responsibility of that, brother. It's all Goff controlling the pace, brother. Notice Aaron Rodgers. Look at the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Goff. It's a confidence there. Aaron Rodgers slowing the game down.
yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like Goff is the one rushing, making these plays and getting rid of the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn.
No, Goff made definitely some mistakes. I mean, from the safety to just like missing some of the targets. Like like sometimes he got the ball, bro, and we was 3 and out in like 30 seconds. I'm like, damn, what the hell is going on?
For sure.
So and then also
Now,
too, I'm
now
like,
he did make some plays. Like Tesla should have caught that. He did make some plays though. St. Brown dropped
man,
a few. Tesla dropped one. You know what I'm saying? Chester could have been the man, but I get it. He a rookie. It's too much pressure. Like I said, players is different when that pressure is on, Jay. It's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
it's different.
Tesla had that touchdown pass, man. That was his. Uh, yeah,
Mhm.
man. I am I am upset, but where I'm at with it, and I have expressed this on already a few platforms already. I said Dan Campbell makes it hard for this Detroit Lions team to play and win.
Correct. Correct.
When you're and let's listen. I still like Dan Campbell, but during the time of the NFC Championship, I still was like, you know what, we live and die with it, we go rock with it, blah blah blah. But this year we just have not been that team. It's like he has not adjusted. When you did not take the field goal, and we could have just went up 3-0, right? You go up 3-0, you score, now it's 10-0 or 10-3. Now you playing and you stacking up your points. When he didn't take that,
Right.
and then Golf just threw it away. I'm like, bro, you making it so hard for your team to win. So right now,
Exactly.
the score was at the time 24-29. I am just gonna
Right.
play it like this, Steph and Eli. It would have been 27-29, and we wouldn't have been
Right.
fighting for a touchdown. We would have just been fighting a field goal from Jay Bates to win the game on that type of drive.
What's he mean?
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
The passy.
Right.
But instead, we got to
The
hurry
Right.
up and get a touchdown,
the.
fight harder for our team. But this is not the first time that Dan Campbell, when it comes to decision making, has put us in this position. Everything's got to work
Oh
good.
yeah.
You got to have the decision making. Your players got to make plays, which we were kind of off on that. And then the refs
Right.
can't be out here refing, which they do. We got to get two
Right.
out of three. And Dan Campbell pissed me off by not taking those points. And since the first quarter, I said, this guy is making his team work harder. And that's the last thing we need to do right now. That defense is trash. That defense is,
Super
I'm sorry,
trash.
but they can't stop a star card. They can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
They look
sad,
like
bro.
JV players out there. I'm like, damn.
Bro, I mean, Aaron
Mhm.
Rodgers getting time and he just dumping it off, dumping it off, dumping. I'm like,
Mhm.
ever since I watched the game against the Giants, I have lost faith in this defense.
Oh yeah.
I just
And
have.
it's hit or miss sometimes. Like sometimes they'll step up, but they can't hold a team. You know what I mean? These receivers is big and fast. Who's stopping Metcalf, man?
Exactly. Yeah.
Metcalf is a beast.
Is Wait, hold on. Can we have a
I'm
conversation
doing
though?
good.
Wait a minute. How in the world do you get to punch somebody in their face and stay in the game? Wait a minute.
The
Oh,
refs hate the Lions. What do you mean?
yeah, they hate the Lions, but it's a wrap for him. He gets suspended. He already going viral.
Yeah, he
He's
gets
done.
suspended,
He's
but
done. Watch tomorrow.
Mhm.
yeah, I mean he should miss like 2 games for that. But why was
Oh,
he even
facts.
in the game? Like I feel like if a Lions player would have did that, they would have taken him out like, oh yeah, you got to get up out of here.
Oh yeah,
Branch, he got
facts,
that was last game. That's because there was no time on the clock. They made sure that he was gone immediately, expeditiously.
Mhm.
facts,
Yeah.
So I said,
facts.
but
And then
like,
if go ahead,
no,
Jay.
go ahead, please. Yeah,
Man, I'm just saying. And if you Metcalf, bro, look how stupid you look. You look like a little fifth grader. Can't nobody talk to you. You want to punch, bro? There's cameras everywhere. Like they should make an example out of suspend him for the rest of the season, and you get fined like $100,000 or something, man. Make an example out of this dude.
you
You
should.
made
I
a
mean,
misrepresentation. You a sassy little man out here. Can't nobody say nothing to you. You get in your head. You trying to punch somebody? Like, bro, get out of here. Like, this fan is nobody. Should be nobody to you. You that weak minded like that?
yeah,
Like, damn.
he punched the dude in the face. Like, why were you even over there? You know, it's thousands of fans everywhere. What are you doing, man? So yeah, I mean,
He grabbed his head too. You see him grab. He pulled his hair down. That's why they showed a different view of
yeah.
it.
Oh,
They
if it
pulled
was
his
me,
hair down.
if it was me, I would have fell over the rail and I would have been suing the
Right.
NFL. Boy, ooh, I would be getting paid. And if I'm that dude or
Yeah.
whatever the heck he was with that thing on,
Yeah.
I'm suing the NFL. I'm pants off.
Fact.
You know, like the Ford can afford it.
Huh?
Vaughn said the Fords can afford it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
good, good. Well, yeah.
Good, right.
I would sue the NFL.
Pay me out a couple mil.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to that fan. He
Yeah.
should be smart enough, you know what I'm saying? Palace in the Malice in the Palace. He should learn from that.
He's
Get
ready
paid.
to.
But yeah, what an idiot though, man. He just lost his cool. But the fact that he was able to stay in the game was like, like I said, this stuff don't even surprise me anymore, man. Like I've been so
It
invested
don't. It don't.
into
We in
watching
Detroit,
these
man.
games.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
watching these games, watching the Lions.
Yeah, the NFL's rigged.
I'm like, they're gonna let him stay in the game. They're gonna act like it didn't happen. Now they beat the Lions, so now they'll deal with the questions now. But that should have been dealt with right then and there, bro.
And then the refs always getting in the way when it come down to the wire. They were saying it was a touchdown, but it was passed to the. I didn't agree with that first call that they did. Remember when St. Brown caught it in the end zone talking about it was just a slight block. It ain't look like he did it intentionally. Remember when St. Brown was open at that second to last play, I think, when he caught it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with that. Like, damn.
You know what else is crazy? I hate this, bro. This happens so many times. They get the ball, they score the touchdown. It take them like 30 seconds, bro, and they be like, "Oh, there you go." I'm like, "Come on, that was a touchdown, bro. That was a touchdown." And then he get the next one.
Right.
He get the little boom, push out, bam, catch the ball, touchdown. Like, and then he threw it to Goff, and then Goff scores a touchdown. We scored twice, bro.
Right. Right.
We scored twice.
Twice.
And we could
Rig. They hate us.
They need to overturn that game for real.
Yeah, and this is exactly why I was like, this is why I'm like, you just gotta put the points on the board. It's like boxing. Boxing, a lot of times you hear fighters say, "Don't leave it up to the judges. I gotta knock them out.
Yeah,
Because if
I said that too.
If you take it to the end, you're like, how'd y'all come up to this? The referees do it every time.
Every time. It never fails. NFL's rigged for that. Every time it come down to the wire, they get in the way. Dudes are going to get scrambled. Let them play. If it's not an obvious call, let them play.
Let it go.
Yeah, they know.
But wait, what was it called? It was a touchdown, but it wasn't a touchdown. It was an offensive pass interference, but it was still a touchdown, but they couldn't give us the touchdown.
So the game was over.
Yeah, like what was the call?
Yeah, I don't
Right.
know. So
Trash.
it was just ridiculous. As far as the call that was made. Like I said, I mean, how many times are you gonna call a penalty, take it back, and then be like, "Yep, so game's over"? Like, come on, man. I sat there and we watching these refs for almost an entire minute, and they don't know what call to make. They don't know what.
But
Go ahead.
But to me, Jay, tell me if I'm wrong, man. To me, in my mind, we already done lost before it was official, bro. Was it me or like we lost our mojo in like the first half? We barely even scored. What did we have? 3 points or something? Like in the first, like, bruh, everybody was down. I'm like, I'm looking for leadership. Like when we in these moments, I'm looking for alphas to step up. I'm looking for leadership. I'm looking for thrown helmets on the sideline. Those are championship teams. And I'm telling people, as much as I love Hutch and everything, he's not the alpha on defense. We don't have a clear leader on either side of the ball that's vocal. That's the problem. That's our problem right there. We don't have a super alpha. That's why I was telling somebody, we need a Rasheed Wallace, a Dominican Sue type of personality in that damn locker room. Otherwise, even Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell too nice for me. He too nice. He too nice. We're never going to win like this. We never going to win.
We definitely need a spark, man. This is a hard reality check as a Lions fan, man, because we, like I said to you, I was like, we went from, hey man, we gonna win the division. All right. Okay, hopefully we get in the playoffs. And then we're not talking about the Super Bowl no more. We're talking about just trying to get in the playoffs. Like, and it's a reality check because we have regressed or whatever. We're not going in the right direction.
Exactly.
We're NFC Championship, getting the first round.
We're going backwards.
Boom! Now we may not be in the playoffs. I don't want to play through these scenarios. These whole what ifs.
Exactly.
Listen, bro, if we can't win no games, this is
too
a hard
good.
reality check.
Right. Facts. No, and you got to understand, too, we're going on year 3 of this. This would be year 3. Bro, the league changes every year. Like, we have pretty much the same pieces, but the league changes every year. So you got to understand, we're dealing with different teams here. These are totally different teams with new weapons. So we got to only enhance our stuff and change up our scheming too, bro. How we going on year 3 with the same type of problems we had in year 1 with these injuries? Obviously, our scheme is not working. Switch up the man cover from man and zone. Do more zone throughout the year. Understand it's a long season. Sub these other strings in during so we can have less injuries throughout the game. When we get blowout games, take the starters out. Like, why are we going through this again? I thought we was past this hurdle as far as injuries. You know what I'm saying? It's our play. It's our schemes. We doing the man coverage and we get burned every time, man. And these guys like open field tackles, bro. I look at these other teams. Hell, look at Denver's defense. Today, the Jaguars. Dude, it's 3 and 4 guys on a tackle every time, bro. Yeah. Like, when we play, it's one-on-one tackling most of the time. It's open field tackling. Yeah, and these guys cannot tackle. Yeah. And we slow. We super slow on defense. Yeah, secondary is trash. Like, come on. Bro, we just it take a combination.
Jaylen Warren cooked us, bro.
Facts.
Cooking us,
super
bro.
Facts.
I'm like, no safety, no nothing, just boop, straight up. I'm like, here we go. So
here we go again.
Yeah, here we go, man. And I'm like, this sucks, dog. Because
it's
like,
no fear.
Yeah, I'm like, man, we should not be in this position. But like I said before, man, my thing is, it's decision making. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
And we need Brad Holmes to get his shit together this offseason.
Facts.
You cannot continue to just be, all right, we got these draft picks, we're doing good, and they're good draft picks. You got to do more. Look at the other GMs and see what they're doing. Like you said, the league gets better all the time. We got listen. We're not that team, and it sucks because
we're not. Yeah, we should be. We're going on year 3, man. Our window is closing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got enough talent to still get here, but I mean, it's gonna take more than that, bro. I'm looking at these other teams, and they got dogs. Are you watching these other games, Jay? Are you seeing what these defense are doing? Are you seeing Denver defense? Are you seeing that? What was that game? The Seattle and what game was that this week? Yes. Are you watching those, bruh?
And when you
totally look at their intensity.
Yeah, when you
compare that to us,
what we doing? That's why I said, like, even if we get in there, who are we stopping? Like these defenses.
Nobody. We getting put out first round.
Yeah, they putting pressure on the quarterback. they are making that offense work, and I'm like, when we
Man,
adjust, I'm
right.
like, we're
Aaron
not
Rodgers was
making
way
it.
too comfortable.
Yeah. Th-
It's crazy,
I
Jay.
can't.
It's
It's just
crazy. Year 3 of this.
year
We
three
ain't
of
never
this.
had this much talent, man.
Yeah, year three of this, man, and it's been a decline, and it sucks, bro.
Decline.
I'm like,
Sucks.
whoa. I was wondering why people were like, y'all not gonna make the playoffs. I'm like, we just went 15-2, but
Right.
I don't know, man.
Different team, different year.
Different year, man. I think that watching that game, it just made me really upset, man, because I'm like you said, with our scheme, our plan was terrible. I mean, we didn't
Terrible.
we didn't
We look
control the game at any point. We didn't want to run the ball. We just wanted to
we
throw
look
for a touchdown.
unorganized. We don't
Yeah,
have no game plan. Like we scrambling. I'm
and
like,
I'm like,
damn, what do y'all be doing all week? What are y'all doing all
yeah,
week?
and I didn't want to hear none of this explosive play. Number one team in the NFL. That just means that we're playing fast. That's all
We got
that
too cocky.
means.
We getting in our head. Right.
Yeah.
We getting in our head. And then what is your thought about, because everybody was talking about the offensive line. What is over these last few weeks? I think the offensive line did good today. What did you think?
So the offensive line today, they did pretty smooth.
How would you rate them?
From I would give them like a B minus, like a
Yeah,
B,
that's what I'm saying. I
a
give them
B to a B minus. Like Goff had time to throw the football now. You know,
exactly. He had time today. Like,
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say that
so
there
I'm
was
like,
much of a
everybody was
problem.
talking about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was much of a problem like it was in the earlier games. But yeah, he had time to throw the ball. I really didn't have a problem with him in this game, more than just the fact that we couldn't get nothing going, because now we're dependent on Goff. I don't know how many times he threw the football. Golly, 54 times, bro. He threw the ball 54 times. So we had to
And
lose
we
every
so lucky.
time.
We so, and that's what I'm saying. We so lucky that, and a couple of those almost got picked off.
Oh
Remember?
yeah,
Like
three
any
of them.
other defense would have. Listen, any other defense, the Rams defense would have picked that off. The Broncos defense would have picked that off. We cannot rely on. I want to relieve the pressure off of Goff. You know, with our run game, dude. I don't like when we have to depend on him, man. Like we too talented enough. That two-headed monster with that formation. I didn't see that formation not once where you got Monty and Gibbs in. Did you see that today?
Nope.
Did
No,
you see that at all?
no, when you brought it up Friday, I was looking for it, and I said they didn't. Nope, they didn't put it in there.
Bruh, did I tell you? I said, bruh, how is that not possible? Gibbs and Monty need to be in every time, brother. When they go through every time, the whole first half, they should have ran that scheme. This is why I know that we need an offensive coordinator. We need a new one. I
Yeah,
don't need Dan trying to run that ship. You know what I'm saying? Dan is good at just a head coach. I don't
yeah,
want him to have to think about that, because guess what? Ben Johnson would have got us right. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Versus this defense. He wouldn't
yeah,
know what schemes and stuff to run, man. It's just sad and unfortunate, man.
yeah.
It's sad. It's like we got a Ferrari and Lamborghini, don't even know how to drive it.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know how to use these guys, man. We depended on Goff's arm the entire game. That was it. And to be honest, that's a lot for one person.
Yep.
It's just, I mean,
Yep.
he's a good
It
quarterback.
is. It's too
He's a
much.
good quarterback, but my goodness, 54 times you want him to throw the football? I mean, he didn't throw a pick, but like you said, he almost did. He got 3 touchdowns. I mean, what more? And this is the thing. This is my golf thing. I'm like, really, like, what do you expect from him? Like, how much more do you want from this guy?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
can't.
threw the ball
It's
50
not
some
humanly
times.
possible.
Yeah, like usually, like 40 sometimes. Cool. No, he threw the ball almost half of 100. Damn it! Like this guy was just
Right.
swinging the ball. It was like we have the scheme, like you said, the play style predictable. We have become a predictable football team. If it's
And that's crazy.
it's Gibbs, St. Brown, Williams, and it's like Come on. And so Goff was forced to use other people. And like finally, I seen Tesla get one. I was like, finally. But
All right, finally Raymond. I'm like
yeah,
Raymond,
finally
dude. He's
Raymond.
the X factor, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think we need. Damn, it's a hard reality, but it's probably a must for next season because these guys, like not these guys, but this management, this coaching staff, and all them, they need to sit down
We
and
got to make some moves.
you got to make some serious moves, and you got to understand that
Yep.
because you're explosive and you're offensively nice, that's not it. That's
Right.
not just all be all. You can't just try to outscore everybody. We can't just outscore a team. You got to stop somebody.
No.
Some money into that defense, man, and stop getting all these practice squad guys. Which shout out to them,
Facts.
shout out to them. But my
They
goodness,
doing what they can do.
yeah. But come on, man. But like you said, they need to take a little note around the league. You know what I'm saying about what these guys are
Yeah,
doing.
for sure. And
It's
nothing on the offensive side, just our defensive side just come around. Like our first picks need to be defense, man. We
yeah,
don't need nothing else on the offensive side.
yeah. I'm worried about Montgomery though, man. I don't know what these guys are doing. I don't know what the
I
offense
know, me too, man.
money stuff looks like right now. I don't know all that, but like I'm a little nervous that we might be losing him. And today's game showed
Yep.
me that they
Yep.
were heavily invested into Gibbs, but Gibbs ain't do nothing.
But I give him grace again. That's where the offensive coordinator should recognize that and see that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not expecting nothing for Dan Campbell either. We need another Brad Holmes. You need to make notes of this. We need somebody that's seasoned, that know how to run this offense, to recognize the talent in the weapons and see what the hell is going on. Like, and salute to Monty, man. He been such a professional throughout. Cause honestly, bruh, this
Yeah,
is another year like kind of wasted in his career, man. And he been such a pro about it and professional and just stayed quiet and let cool. But I know behind the scenes,
oh
he
yeah,
talking to Gibbs and Gibbs is recognizing what's going on. Like, bruh, stay in there and everything. He that type of dude. Like, he
yeah,
is one of the leaders, but it's like, I'm sure he don't want to be too vocal and step over nobody's toes, but bruh, he been a pro about this whole thing because I'm like, anytime they put him in, he's being able to contribute. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And it's like, what the hell are y'all doing? Don't run out Gibbs. It's gonna be a long season. We need Gibbs for the next game.
yeah.
Get Monty in to take care. Like, to me, this was Monty's game to take over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
and remember last season, each of them had a game. Monty would go over 100 yards, Gibbs go over 100 yards. That's how we got 15-2 that year,
Yeah,
last year. You know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
yeah.
give each other a break.
That's very important, man, because you gotta let them go back and forth, man. That's why it was a whole Sonic and Knuckles thing, right? Because they was both out there doing their
Facts.
thing. That's not this year. Sadly,
No,
that's
for
not this
sure.
year. But you gotta put him in the game. You gotta give him some touches. 4 touches. You gave him four
Yeah, man.
touches. Come on,
Oh yeah,
man.
and you know Ben Johnson them looking at this and everything. And salute to Ben Johnson, man. You can
Yeah,
see his presence is missed. I mean, that guy made our offense look like superstars, man, over
yeah,
these last 2 years. I already knew his worth and everything and seen that, but I mean, again, it's gonna be another big test. It's gonna be a good storyline for us to go in Chicago, and I'm nervous as hell. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man.
listen, bro,
I
bro.
saw I saw what Chicago. You see what Chicago did to that Green Bay defense. What makes us even any better in the
Yesterday,
cold? A
yesterday,
must win.
yeah, Caleb Williams was lighting it up, man. Like I've heard people talk about this last game of the season. I'm like, I don't want to go up against the Chicago Bears, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, we
Like
beat them. We beat them early in the season, when they didn't
they a different
perform.
team now.
I said, man, that's a total different beast now. I'm like, they've been winning and they ready to go, and I'm like, we can't stop nobody. Caleb
Right.
Williams is gonna have a field day now. Like he confident, like bro, he's big now. He's oh yeah, I didn't beat up this team and that team and that team. Like those small little things, when it comes to being a player, that helps and it makes you better. And now his teammates and they know how to run the football. I'm like, I'm not excited. But the whole thing was, it was supposed to be the last game to get us into the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, I know there's a couple storylines out there, but like it don't look that bright no more. So that last game of the
No, I
season
don't.
is looking like just hey, just beat Ben Johnson and that'll be cool. It's
Exactly.
not a hey, we about to get in the playoffs. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, we went down to 16%. They said we down to
yeah,
16%. Now the only hope that this gives me with let's see how long Love is out for Green Bay, and Parsons is out and stuff too. So if they lose out,
yeah,
because they got to go to San Francisco, and then I think who's their last one? I think maybe the Vikings or something too, or their last one. But bruh, we shouldn't even be in this predicament, man. But
yeah. We shot
it is
ourselves.
what it is. That's the reality.
Yeah, we shot ourselves in the foot, man. And a lot of people were passing up on the Steelers game. I was talking to a guy in the sauna today, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know
Hmm.
why they passing up on the Steelers." I'm like, they pretty decent team, like they a competitive team. And the dude in the
Right.
sauna said, "I don't think the Lions are gonna beat the Steelers today." And I was like, "He the first
I
person I
said
heard say that." And I was like, watching that game, I'm like, I'm like, this is looking
I
kind of
felt it.
ominous.
Jay, I felt it too though, man. How we came out the first half, man.
Yeah,
It already felt like we was defeated, dog. We didn't have our mojo, man.
nah,
Like to me, it was something missing there. Like, damn, what do y'all do? Stop watching TV. Stop being on the internet. See, again, in moments like this, bro, I come from watching, Tom Brady's career and everything like that. So I seen championship teams. I studied championship teams as a leader. You know what I'm saying? To look at the big goal, bruh. Stop watching TV. Lock in. I don't see y'all locked in. Y'all mind is everywhere. Everybody on their own agenda right now, bruh.
yeah,
Like y'all is not moving as a unit, and it showed. And it
yeah.
showed. I said, I don't see nobody yelling on defense. I don't see
Nobody.
nobody getting their troops together. They just
They was on the
lollygagging,
sideline.
going through the motions. I said, y'all
Yeah,
defeated already.
yeah.
Y'all lost already.
They were just on the sideline, just looking up, chilling. I'm like,
Just
man, it's
moping around.
like nobody
Like,
was like
like
ready to be like, all right, man, let's get it going. I'm like, all right,
right. Nobody gathering the troops, sitting them down, yelling. I'm like, bro, I'm used to seeing that. Like, damn, y'all just ready to, y'all ready. It's been a long season, huh? Y'all tired of working? Y'all
yeah.
ready to go to Cancun? Y'all mind somewhere else. So
They ready to
y'all
go.
be going to Cancun shortly in 2 weeks
Yeah, yeah.
and
They
be
about
looking
to.
silly out here like, damn.
Yeah, they about to be. They definitely did it to themselves this year, man. They about to be
Yeah.
up out of there. Man, I had to come on this thing, man, because my wife don't care about this for real. Like she'll listen to me,
Oh,
but
facts.
I
Listen,
gotta
I'm
talk
talking to
to
you in the car, man. You know how
I
this
gotta talk
go.
to some people about it. At least get it off, cause I watched that game, and like I said at the very end, now I can get to the end of the game. After I done got pissed about Dan Gamble, but the end of the game was complete BS, bro. I'm like,
BS,
we're
man.
waiting for the refs to make the right call again, and I'm like, they're
They
not.
won't.
They're
They're
not.
not. We got to take these games.
That was two calls, bro. They
Oh,
called
yeah. I'm
two
not
calls,
shocked.
and I'm like, and they took both touchdowns back. I'm like, this is
Facts.
it's so egregious, bro. The first word that comes to my
Yep.
mind is just how egregious that this is, man.
Yep.
It's just not gonna happen for us. We're not in the storyline. We have to win the
No.
game. We gotta put points on the board. But we have to get it out of reach because if
We
we
got to
don't,
get stops.
yeah, if we don't, it, they're not gonna make the right call. I'm not like Aaron Rodgers already showed us he can come in and score with 0.00, seconds on the clock, throw a hail mary, win the
Facts.
game. Like they just make up all type of stuff. And so
And
that being said,
look
go
how
ahead.
confident he was though too. Look how confident he was, man. No fear whatsoever.
Yeah,
Patient,
he was
running
just
at his own pace.
yeah. He was just tossing the ball. He was just, all right, I'm here, boom, zone, quick, here you go. Like he was just, man,
Yeah,
it's bad. I can't believe it. But like I
bad.
said, I guess, like I said, I heard people talking about the refs, and I'm just like, I can try to get in that conversation, but I've done it so many times. I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm over
it's
it
over.
because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we can put up if we put up enough points, it won't matter, and that's just what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
correct.
these refs will not make the right call. I watched the Rams game. There was a egregious call there. Like we just can't keep it like that. But if we're gonna shoot
Oh
ourselves
yeah,
in
I've
the
been through that.
if we're gonna shoot ourselves in the foot and we're not going to put points on the board, and Dan Campbell should know that they don't, we just not in the storyline. That's going to hurt us, right? At least
Yeah,
do
man.
everything you can on your side. But I have to go back
Mm-hmm.
and I have to say, He cost the Lions another game because you didn't want to put points on the board and you became greedy. And how greedy
Mm-hmm.
you became was the reason why we lost. We didn't get the 3 points, and all we needed was 3 points at the end. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta play the game, bro, and just stack them. And so today's game, after all everything else was said and done, like yes, the play calling was just terrible. The scheming was bad. They didn't run the ball. They did a lot of things wrong. Like you said, the protection was pretty straight, but you have to make a better decision. You want to put Goff on fourth down. Maybe Goff ain't even confident on fourth down. Like maybe he want to just say, "Hey, take the points. Let's move on." But you just keep putting them out there, and so this is
Right.
this is not winning football, bro. Like you throwing your freaking quarterback out there to throw all these freaking passes, and you don't want to run the ball. Like seriously, man. Like this is a joke. Like this is a joke,
Yep.
bro. You think this is a video game? So
So I'm looking at the stats today, and I'm looking at all the teams that won today. Every team that won, including Pittsburgh, had the possession over 30 minutes.
yeah,
They had the ball over 30 minutes in the game. Pittsburgh had the ball possession 34 minutes and 6 seconds throughout the game. Meanwhile,
yeah.
us had it for a total of 25 minutes, bro.
So how much?
Whoever
How much?
control
How long did they have
that
it for? 30 what?
34 minutes and 6 seconds they had as far as possession of the ball, bro. They controlled the entire clock. That's what you call controlling the game and controlling the clock.
Yeah,
Almost every team that won today had the ball over 30 minutes,
yeah. And we had it for 24.
including the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Like time of possession, bro. Somebody made that point, and I was looking at that too. Like I'm looking at San Diego. San Diego had it 34 minutes 27 seconds versus Dallas team that had it at 25 minutes.
Hmm.
Like, bruh, you controlling the game, you controlling the clock. Don't give it so quick back over to the defense, especially when our secondary is trash, bruh. Take our time. Why are you continue to pat? Like, mix
Yeah.
it up. Control the game. You know how many times these last 2 weeks we done been 3-and-out? I'm like, golly.
Just
We
quit.
don't even
Yeah.
have the ball
Hmm.
over a minute when we get
Nah.
in our drives, man.
And and then they got to be clicking. They got to be clicking in order for them to start getting the touchdown. But like you said, it's one of those things where if they're not clicking, then they got the ball. Like I said, I went. I remember I did something to my daughter. Like I was like, I got her something upstairs. I came down. They was kicking up. They was punting. I was like,
Already putting 3-and-out.
I was like,
Yeah, three and
what
out.
did y'all
Quick,
just do? Yeah, it was
fast.
that fast. I'm like, you know what? But that's why I'm thinking like either he's just excited to be this most explosive team, or you're really just not confident in keeping the ball and running it down because that's part of
Oh,
your plan.
facts.
That's part of a plan to run down the defense, beat up your
Oh, facts.
defense all the way down. So yeah, man. Like I said, man, I don't know, man. This
Hey,
gonna be a hard one. This gonna be a tough one.
yeah,
Um,
that's a tough one again this week.
yeah, because I'm gonna be looking at this, and then I gotta hear, I still tuning into these podcasts, but I don't want to hear nothing about no. If nobody talks about Dan Campbell not taking 3 points, and they want to talk about the referees, I'm just turning it off, man, because we
Yeah,
just
for
can't
sure.
we just can't
It's
do this
it's a
stuff.
collective, man, and I don't even put it all on golf. Golf did get see in my mind. Golf did decent to me today. As long as he don't throw any picks and get
Yeah,
turnovers, I'm fine with that. I can live with that. Like I said, everybody was talking about the offensive line. Offensive line did what they can do too versus this team, man. So damn, what do you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm okay with it. I just feel like, it was the defense here that cost us.
yeah.
Dan Campbell got a piece of that too. And then, you know, um,
Not running the
just
ball.
because our schemes to run it, we can't run it. We can't expect everything to be on golf because he showed us again when the pressure is on and he's not that type of quarterback where everything is on him.
Yeah,
We need to relieve that pressure off him. And again, St. Brown, he put it in a couple people's hands. He put
right.
it in St. Brown's hand a couple times. He dropped it. Put it in Tesla's hands. So honestly, I give golf a B plus this game, man. I really do.
Yeah,
I really do.
the
No
only thing I have,
picks.
yeah, the only thing I really have about him is the sack. But other than that, like he did, like I
He
honestly,
did, bro.
I can say this. I say, what else? What else do I want from him? Like he got 364 yards. He threw it 54 times. He
No
didn't throw a
picks.
pick. He threw 3 touchdowns. Yes, he got a sack, but I'm like, I mean, what more can I really ask for this guy? Should I ask for
Exactly.
500 yards?
Can't.
Like, what's the
Right.
point? And so,
And yes. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, that was pretty much it.
No, and I was saying like, and we can't. Yes, we got to take the good with the bad, the pros with the cons. I wish he was a more mobile quarterback because he could have just ran in there. You know what I mean? It was a perfect opportunity, but everybody know he's slow and
Yeah,
everything. But I could take what we got from him. You know, today, like
yeah,
honestly, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. But
Mm.
it, it's terrible, man.
It,
It's
it's
terrible, Jay. But
yeah,
listen, I appreciate you, brother. I get with you further this week. Thanks for the opportunity, man.
yes, sir, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Lions woes to bed, man, and wake up and get to work, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's all we can do, brother.
All right,
All
brother,
right, man.
man.
Have a good week, bro.
All right, you
Talk
too.
soon.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up off this thing, man. This is what I'm gonna say. I guess the monologue to end this off right here, man. Because I'm probably gonna chop this up, and I'm gonna put this part on online. Okay. The Detroit Lions have lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-24. This was a very tough game to watch. I watched every minute, every snap, um, every part of this football game. And as I walk through the numbers with y'all, I'm gonna focus on the Detroit Lions side of things because because this is absolutely bad. Okay, this is bad. Okay, let's go over here. Right now, one of the first things I want to point out, and I pointed out earlier in the call, but appreciate the callers who called in, man, just to get this frustration off. First off, I want to say anybody that's giving Jared Goff any kind of any kind of BS, right? You're full of crap. Wait a minute. Okay, Jared Goff threw the ball 54 times. He had 364 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did not throw an interception. Yes, he did get sacked, but my goodness, the man had to keep throwing the football. This is why I think the Detroit Lions now need to sit their butts down and figure out how to use their players. First off, let me close this. Do you see, hold on, us running the football, right? There's the number. I'm trying to get to the one where it just shows just the Lions. I only want to focus on the Lions because I watched a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers make a fool out of us. Whatever. I'm going to go over here. So the Detroit rushing, they rushed for a total of 15 yards. Montgomery had 14 yards, Gibbs had 2, and they had the nerve to even put Jared Goff's -1 of getting sacked. We had 15 total yards throughout the entire game. And guess how many rushing yards that the Pittsburgh Steelers had? Well, if we go ahead and move on over to here, we see that they had a total of 230 yards. Jalen Warren tore us a whole new a-hole.
Sensational.
Right? 14 carries for 143 yards. And we even got Aaron Rodgers who got 9 yards on us. Look at that. For a total of 230 yards total. Now, how in the world do you expect to win a football game if you cannot run the football? Where was Montgomery? Where was he? Why did you not play him? Our play style against the Steelers was trash. You depended on Jared Goff's arm every single play. You did not want to run the ball with Montgomery and just give him some yards. And the one time that he ran, he actually got a pretty good, decent yardage. In fact, his longest one, Montgomery, was for 17 yards. Gibbs' longest was 6. Why didn't you continue to run the ball, run down the clock, and let's use the possession? We want to score so quickly because we're the most explosive offense in the NFL. I wonder why we're the number one most explosive offense. Because the other offense is understanding, let's take some time and wear down that defense. Instead, we don't want to run down the defense. We want to go ahead and score as quickly as we can, let them get refreshed, and put our terrible, non-stopping defense on the field for a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers to pick us apart, just like Jameis Winston did in the Giants game. And I said, this is a problem that we have with the Detroit Lions. Let's get back to the numbers, right? Because it's one thing to talk as a fan and one thing to just go off and be emotional. It's another thing when you look at the numbers, because men lie, women lie, numbers do not, okay? Tesla got 1 touchdown. I was very, very excited about Tesla because I thought that was a reason to get him in the game. Tesla did miss a touchdown pass that he should have caught, but my goodness, Goff started kind of passing the ball around, but as you can see, his favorite target was J-Mo, right? J-Mo, Gibbs got some. Khalif Raymond, shout out to him, got a touchdown. Amon-Ra did his thing, but he dropped some balls. And 364 yards compared to their 266. But see, the difference is the Pittsburgh Steelers actually were running the football, so they don't need to have all those yardage. When we go through this, like the defense, y'all did nothing, bro. Like seriously. Like there's nothing to see here. Okay? There's nothing to see here. This is just the Detroit Lions have no play style, no scheme. It's just throw the football and be explosive. This is what we have to settle with, guys. We lost against the Steelers. We have a 16% chance, someone just told me, to get into the playoffs. I'm sure we'll get into who needs to lose and all this bull crap. I don't want to hear it. If they can't win football games now, I don't want to see them in the playoffs. Okay? Period. I know Detroit fans, y'all want to see them in the playoffs because we just deserve it and we went 0-16 at one point. No. They can't win football games. Don't embarrass us again going to the playoffs to get knocked out in the first round. Just go sit down, get better next season. Brad Holmes, figure it out. Stop giving us a screwdriver and a hammer for our toolbox and give us some freaking players. Give us some tools to work with, okay? Give Kelvin Shepard something to work with. Give Dan Campbell something to work with. I got something for Dan Campbell here in a second. Brad Holmes, get to work. Figure it out, right? Lower them ticket prices, too. Hey, Brad Holmes, lower them ticket prices, bruh. Y'all got too excited for the most loyal fans in the NFL as soon as y'all start winning, and then y'all hiked up our prices, and now you're losing. You went from NFC to a first round knockout the next year in the playoffs, to not making the playoffs. Lower them ticket prices, bruh. Y'all got too greedy. This game was terrible. Yes, the officiating was terrible. Yes, guys. We can get into it all. We could talk about how they gave that touchdown, even though Anzalone did not touch that man. Anzalone should have just, touched the guy while he was down, because that guy knew to get up and keep running. He knew to keep going. But guess what? Boom. Now, the call at the end of the game where they took 2 touchdowns away from us during the last drive of the game was complete bogus. It just was bogus. It just was like, okay, they obviously don't want us to win, right? But let me take you guys down memory lane for the ones who watched this game. And in fact, I'm going to put someone on this screen for you guys to see, because we need to have a real conversation about this man right here, Mr. Dan Campbell. I need a big screen. There we go. Y'all ready for this? Mr. Dan Campbell, I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm done believing in the Dan Gamble fourth quarter taken, right? They say big cojones having, risk taking liability having Dan Campbell. I'm done. I am done. In this game against the Steelers, you should have taken those 3 points in the very first quarter on the very first drive to go up to 3-0. And then we would have then scored a touchdown and been up 10-0 or 10-3. And then we would have been having those points. And the reason why I say that is for all my mathematicians out here, can y'all tell me what the score of the game was at the very end? It was 29-24. Now, let's just play a little mental math and add the 3 points that the Lions could have had they just had the same game with 3 points from Jake Bates. It would have been 27-29, and then we would have gotten that ball maybe at the same time, and then we would have just had to kick a field goal to win the game, which a lot of teams do instead of going for a touchdown. Okay? That's a pretty easy scenario. How about I give you another scenario? The other scenario is we go up by 3 points or maybe whatever, and maybe we play ahead the entire game and never get in a situation where the refs have to steal the game from us.
Sensational.
Dan Campbell, Mr. Dan Campbell is a liability to the Detroit. Hold on, let me say this while he's on here. I gotta make sure he's looking at me. Okay, let me get here. Hold on. Boom. Let me say this loud and clear for the people in the back and for all the Detroit Lions fans to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about and it's the player's fault. Dan Campbell is a liability to the Detroit Lions. Period. He is a liability to the Detroit Lions' success. If you don't believe me, we can walk down memory lane together and notice that during the year where he was going for it on fourth down, it was all cute and all fine and dandy until it got to a very important game of the NFC Championship. And had he taken that before the half, maybe we would have been playing like we had a lead. And if all those unforeseen things that happened, we could have still been up by 3 points or whatever that would have been. But he didn't take the points, and it makes us mad, right? So he says, while you watch a lot of these, let me tell you, you definitely got a new subscriber here. You spot on. Thank you, bro. I just started. I may start doing this Detroit content, but appreciate you. So listen, boom, kick the 3 points. Maybe we play something different. The very next year, we're a fourth down taking team. We're doing pretty good with the fourth downs. We do well, right? Okay, we lose. I've watched it this season. This man has missed just kicking the field goal so many times. It is costing us games. Guys, listen to me. Listen to me. We have to play against referees who stay reffing and killing games with egregious calls. Okay? We have to make right decisions, and then players have to make plays. There's so much that we got to do in a game, and this is every team. One thing that we can do is not shoot ourselves in the foot with decision-making where it's kick the field goal. Because now players ain't making plays, and now refs are reffing, and you can forget it. I've watched it so many times this season. We are shooting ourselves in the foot with Dan Campbell. Mr. Dan Campbell. Put him on the screen. I've had enough. I've had enough of the risk taking, right? Detroit, 187? I appreciate you for commenting. Please feel free to comment and just share your frustration or tell me I'm wrong or whatever it may be. But I'm done with this. We need coaching. You can go for it on fourth down, but my God, can we be strategic? Let me switch this over. Secondary screen. Can we be strategic? I know y'all don't want to see me that close. I don't want to see me that close either. Can we be strategic with our fourth down taking? Hell, can we run the damn ball instead of getting a measly 15 yards against a team when our season is on the line? Dan Campbell is a liability to the Lions' success. And if you don't believe me, you're drinking the Kool-Aid and you're not paying attention and you're way too emotional. I have given this man a chance to do the fourth down taken and keep going. We're terrible this season. We're terrible. You got to adjust. I hate to say this. Dan Campbell is acting like a bonehead when it comes to coaching and not changing his strategy. I'm over it. I'm over it. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Total rushing yards. 15 total rushing yards through an entire football game. Another stat, I'm going to read your thing here, Detroit 187. Another stat that was told to me was that the Steelers had the ball for about 34 minutes. Eli just said it. And we had it for around 23 or 24 minutes throughout the whole game. Let's stop being so excited that they're like, we're the most explosive offense in the NFL. I wonder why we're the only one. Because other teams are strategically keeping the ball out of the other team's hands because they're trying to use the clock. We are trying to score as quick as possible and put this terrible defense back on the field so they can score again. Detroit, what 187 says, I am getting sick of us wasting Goff's awesome games. Sure, he started slow, but damn, 300 yards plus anyone else realize we play better when we play fast. Okay, Detroit 187 is someone who has some logic because I know that we're going to face a lot of people, Detroit 187, that are going to say it's Goff's fault, and Goff did this and that, right? Jared Goff threw the ball 54 times, bro. 364 yards and got 3 touchdowns. And guess what? How many interceptions did Goff have? Now, he almost threw 2 of them. However, what do the numbers say? He threw none of them. Yes, he got sacked because he had to keep getting out. He had to find a way to scramble out the pocket. He's not a scrambler. This man threw the ball 54 times. We depended on Goff's arm the entire game. I see people talking about Goff's fault. What more do you want from this man? 500 yards passing? My goodness. Goff played a good game. Hell, he played a good game against the Rams. Matthew Stafford was the one that threw an interception. Did people stop glazing him? He threw an interception to Hutch. Jared Goff had 360-some yards passing, and then so did Matt Stafford. He had 300-something, maybe he had a little less than 400. Like, he played an awesome game, like you said. But Detroit 187, we can't expect to have Goff do that when we have a measly 15 yards rushing all game, bro. Montgomery gets 4 carries. His longest is 17 yards, bro. And then we say, all right, we're done. We had no plan. We had no plan. And so now we sit on the outside looking in. And the reality is, we are not in the playoffs. Let's just deal with the reality right now. Sure, we can wait for this team to win or lose, but do you really want to see the Detroit Lions get into the playoffs with playing like this? Let's be real. Do we really want them going in the playoffs playing like this? Just to say, hey, they got in the playoffs. They got popped last year. What they gonna do? They can't stop nobody. We can't stop anybody. We expect to get in the playoffs to be like, yeah, we're here again, to lose again. Super Bowl. We got to play for something. 15 yards rushing. Who was running the plays? Dan Campbell was running the plays, it looks like. In fact, he also decided not to give us 3 points. Get yourself an offensive coordinator, bruh. Find someone that can really make a difference. Spend some time finding one this season. We need it. You can't do it. Shout out to you for making us explosive and all that type of stuff, but we need strategy. We need strategy. Hey, Brad Holmes, we need tools. We need more than a hammer, and we need more than a screwdriver, brother. Figure out what this team needs. In fact, I probably can tell you, offensively, we're doing pretty well. You need to make sure you got some people on that defense. How about you start with that edge rusher? How about you start with somebody on the other side of Hutch? Why don't you start there? You know what? Let me go here. Y'all caught me on a good day, right? I am going to go here. Marcus Davenport. Bruh. Here we go. Marcus Davenport. It's time to go, bro. Can we finally have some sense here and get rid of this guy? For real. Get rid of this guy. I can't move my dang thing. Can we get rid of Marcus Davenport? We are done with this guy. What did he do? Since he came back, I see number 92 out there, and I'm like, what is he doing? Why do we care so much about this guy? He's always injured. Right? Get rid of him. Like what needs to be done here is you need to look at that defensive line. You already paid Hutch all this money, so you got to keep that piece. Scrap everybody and start over. Including this man right here. This is the easy addition by subtraction. Get rid of Marcus Davenport. I seen him on the floor again, and I know football is a tough sport. What did you do? I'm like, he on the floor again. He about to be out for another few months. Get rid of this guy. You said, let me ask you this. Tesla is a pretty big guy. Why have not made him a tight end or at least try? Sam being hurt us, but there is a guy that can fill that role. Let me tell you something, Detroit 187. You are saying all the things that I have heard people who watch the game say. Like, hey, man, let's put Tesla more into the rotation. Okay, this man's 6'4". He's a big guy. Yes, he is a big guy. The same reason why we only ran the ball for 15 yards today. Okay, that's why. It's the play calling. It's only wanting to use Jamo and Jamo and St. Brown. That's why. Because they're not wanting to put him in the system, and we should. The third option should be Tesla, and we need to just be throwing him the ball, giving him the ball. Yeah, we don't got Laporta, got it. Tesla can obviously go up there and get it. Give him some chances. He's a rookie. Give him some chances. So I agree. I think that he should definitely be. I've been saying that since the first game of the season. I said we need to be putting him in rotation. We need to be making some plays for him. Let him get the ball. Let me see if he can get some yards after the catch. Let me see this. But what do? St. Brown dish it off to St. Brown. And St. Brown been dropping balls this year. He been dropping balls this year. Let's be honest, man. Okay? And our third option just ain't there. But like I said, the same reason why Tesla is not in rotation is the same reason why we ran the ball for 15 yards today. We don't really have a play style, and we don't really have a scheme, and we're not playing smart, bro. We're just out here just throwing the football around. We just think this is Madden, and we can just beat teams like that, right? Okay. So Now that I got that out the way, I think my last thing that I want to do here, man, I got to get done with this because I know my wife probably just, is so over me. Let me show y'all something. We gotta get here. And I'm done. Because this is where it really comes down to, y'all. This is what it really comes down to. Right here. Right there, big dog. Hey, listen. We can push blame however we want to push blame. Okay, we can. But hey, we good. All right, Brad Holmes, we good. We don't need nobody. We good. You know when somebody tells you, like, hey, bro, like, you probably gonna need a new tire, bro. Like, the thread is like getting real low on your tire. It's getting dangerous. When it gets slippery or if it starts snowing, like, your tires ain't gonna be having no traction. We good. We good, man. I got another season out of this. We good. I'm gonna just go ahead, let the other 3 tires work real, real hard, but we good on that one. That's Brad Holmes for you. So we got a stubborn head coach who goes for 4th downs, even though we suck at 4th downs this season. He doesn't like to take the 3 points because he just wants to be greedy and go for 6, and now we get 0. And then we got Mr. We Good as our GM, who, hey, we go sit on the trade deadline. We ain't gonna do nothing there. We ain't gonna make no real major moves. We'll just keep signing practice squad guys. We good. Hey, we good. We're not good, bro. We are now facing not getting into the playoffs. Other teams have gotten better, and we have gotten stagnant. And so the Bears are number 1, by the way. Last year, the Bears were like last. I think they were like dead last year. They were terrible. They're number 1 now. Green Bay's better. They signed Michael Parsons. Found a way to get better. Hey, they took a risk. We good. We good. I'm going to keep riding on this tire to the thread show. We good. You guys, Lions fans, the truth of the matter is we have a very talented offense. We have a very talented group of people, including Jared Goff. It's very exciting to watch the Lions play. However, this is not a Super Bowl winning team. They have not showed us that this year. We have been very excited to watch this team because we know and we believe in this team because of what they've shown us the last couple years. Unfortunately, we now have to deal with the reality that we are not good enough to get into the playoffs or win a Super Bowl. The biggest change is this right here. The NFC Championship, the time that we went to that NFC Championship was our time. Hindsight is 2020. We couldn't say that at the time. Now, that NFC Championship was it. Could have been our spark, but we got greedy. We got greedy. Ask the Cincinnati Bengals, since they went to the Super Bowl, how that's going. And I go right back to play calling, decision making. Why don't we just put up those 3 points? Why don't we? Well, it's because we're greedy. And Dan Campbell would rather go for 6 than just put up points and play the football game and kind of let things happen because he believes that the refs are always on our side. Detroit 187, you got it right, brother. Dan let us down on that one too. And you guys can throw blame on whoever you want to throw blame to. That's fine. However, I'm going to make sense of things. And players run plays that coaches tell them to run. And if they say we're going for it on 4th down and we miss instead of going for 3, it's a decision-making problem that we have. The NFC Championship was our biggest window that we had. No expectation for the Lions. They play well enough to get in. They get there. That was it. But we got greedy. And we have been struggling to get back there since. We have a decent football team that can win some games. But when it comes down to getting into the playoffs and winning the championship, we are not there. Yes, we keep getting hit with injuries. So do other teams. How many times are we going to live on this hill of, well, we got all these players on IR? I said that last year. And we had all those guys on IR. Cool, but we were still having a way to win games. But guess what? How long we going to keep doing this? Right? Detroit 187. I'm about to get off this thing myself, man. Listen. It's a tough one. But gotta make sense of things and gotta make this a reality. Hopefully the Lions figure it out. Till the next time, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See you.
You are watching a master at work.